Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to my weekly Scripture for Thoughts video show. A Bronx special, open mobile gas stations, Brady Avenue, Bronx Park East, Bronx, New York City, where everybody works hard, hustle the wise way, do a down payment investments, be all clean spiffy. Open mobile gas stations, Brady Avenue, Bronx Park East, Bronx, New York City. Now, I'm the host of the most great Bible discussion group leader and self-independent Reverend Anthony Aunt Cheesy Walker. And now, my sermon topic for today is what you're pursuing by your what you're pursuing by your godly hustle, which is small in human sight, but it's of great value in God's eyes. Now, it's that time once again to show you love to me, your favorite great Bible discussion group leader, and to me, your favorite self-independent Reverend Anthony Aunt Cheesy Walker. Show you love me right now. Yes. Thank you, everybody, for cheers, applause, and stand ovations. Thanks for the love. Now, my sermon topic is what you're pursuing by your godly hustle, which is small in humans' eyes, but it's of great value in God's eye. Now, part one, Jacob and Rachel. Part one, Jacob and Rachel. Now one day, when Jacob was talking to his uncle Laban that he wanted to marry Rachel, then Laban said, "Come after 7 years." And then when Jacob worked so hard for Rachel, the 7 years feel like 7 months. In human eyes, Rachel is a little girl shepherd, but in humans' eyes, she was a great godly person. Now, part one is Jacob, Rachel, and now what you're pursuing by your godly hustle, which is small in God's sight, but it's of great value in God's eyes. Now my second example is Jesus and Peter. Jesus and Peter and the great catch of fish in Luke chapter 5. Now one day when Jesus was preaching the word between boats, there he saw Peter and his brother Andrew, where they was fishing. They tried to catch the fish, but the fish couldn't come to them. And then Jesus said to Peter, "Let down the net for a little bit. Let down the net for a little bit." Then Peter said, "Man, we fish all night for a fish, and we never catch any fish. But because you say so." So after Jesus finished preaching, then Jesus said to Peter, "Now lift up the net." When he lifted up the net, it was like 163 fishes so many fish that the net began to break. So Peter called Andrew and his partners, John, James and John, son of Zebedee. And then Peter kneeled down to Jesus and bowed out to him and said, "Wait for me, Lord, I'm a sinful man." And then Jesus said to Peter, do not worry, Peter. From now on, you become fishers of men. Now, by human eyes, Peter was a small man, a small fisherman. But in God's sight, Peter was a great godly man. Now, part 2 is Jesus and Peter and the mackerels catch the fish in Luke chapter 5. In what you're pursuing by your godly hustle is small by human eyes, but it's of great value in God's sight. Now, part 3, part 3, part 3 is Elijah and the Shunammite's wife and her son. And now, one day, when Peter was sitting down praising God in the Shunammite's wife's house, then all of a sudden her son was sick, and then he died. Then she complained to Elijah and said, why you bring this great curse upon me? Why? All I did was good for you. And then Elijah prayed to God that the son's spirit will come back to him, and then God had caused the Holy Spirit to cause the Shunammite's wife's son spirit to come back to the son, and the son wised up, and he wised up and looked all around. And then the Shunammite's wife praised Elijah because Elijah was a great follower of God. Now, in human eyes, Elijah was a regular man, but in God's sight, Elijah was a great prophet. Now, part 4 is Jesus raised Lazarus from the dead. Then a while back ago, Lazarus, Jesus' friend, and his other friends, Lazarus' sisters, Martha and Mary, then all of a sudden, Lazarus became sick and he died. And then all of a sudden, Jesus comforted Lazarus' sister, Martha and Mary. Then Jesus said, take away those stones away from the tomb. And then Martha said, but if I do that, the odor be great amongst the people. It'll only be 4 days after he died. And then Jesus said to Martha, didn't I tell you I will raise Lazarus from the dead? And then Jesus said to Lazarus, Lazarus, come out! And then Lazarus came out like a mummy with grave clothes, and then people was all shocked and amazed with awe and wonder. The community of Bethlehem. And then Jesus said to Martha and Mary and to the Israelite community in Bethlehem, said, hey, take off those grave clothes off of Lazarus and let him go. Now, in human sight, Lazarus was a regular man, but in God's sight, what Jesus did was of great value. Of raising Lazarus from the dead was of great value to God. Now, part 4, Jesus, Lazarus, Martha, and Mary, and John chapter 11, and what you are pursuing by God's, by what you pursuing by godly, what you pursuing by your godly hustle, to what you receive it, while you pursuing by your godly hustle, a small thing in humans' eyes, but it's of great value in God's sight. Now the next time when you see someone purchasing a food, purchasing a small food. Next time you see a person purchasing a small food in a supermarket, you tell that guy or tell that girl, you said, what you pursuing by God's hustle of a small value in humans' eyes, but it's of great values of God's sight. Oh, I forgot. Now, it's that time once again to show you love to me, your favorite great Bible discussion group leader, and to me, your favorite self-independent Reverend Anthony Antes Walker. Take up me right now. Yes. Thank you, everybody, for cheers, applause, and standing ovations. Thanks for the love. Now that sums up the sermon topic, what you're pursuing by your godly hustle, a small thing in humans' eyes, but it's of great value in God's sight. Now, as for my weekly Scripture for Thoughts video show, a Bronx special, open mobile gas stations on Brady Avenue, Bronx Park East, Bronx, New York City, where everybody works hard, hustle the wise way, to adopt investors, be on clean, spiffy, open mobile gas stations, Brady Avenue, Bronx Park East, Bronx, New York City. Now, as for me, your host of the most great Bible discussion group leader, and self-independent Reverend Anthony Walker said, bye-bye, so long, for rap.